Yes, sir. I am wearing my fun shirt. I am. It's a bright color. These are from the library. You said I could bring these in here, and I'm working on them. Well, right now I don't have any customers, so you said as long as I had no customers, I could work on my library books. Okay. Yes, can I help you? Yes, ma'am, we are open until 10 p.m. tonight. How many? Okay. Well, I hear you, but I'm seeing that you have only 2 children with you, so... Oh, all right. Do you want to wait until everyone comes in, or do you want to... What do you want to... I mean, are you a happy club member? Are you... It's the happy club. Are you... I'm not asking if you personally are happy. I mean, you're here, so I probably already know the answer to that. Are you a happy club member? If so, do you have your punch card? Yes, ma'am, you probably do know me, as you so adeptly pointed out. Yes, I am familiar with who you are. I've seen you at story time, the library. Yes, that's right. What tipped you off? The books? I was allowed to bring in some of my work from the library to work on while I'm up here with nothing to do. I've sorted all the forms. I dusted everything. I did. Yes, I am with a customer right now, Mr. Smith. We can talk about it later. So, you say that you are not a happy club member. Well, would you like to be a happy club member? Oh no, please let me explain it to you. It would be my distinct pleasure to do so. So in order to be a happy club member, do you really need to hear this? No, it is my distinct pleasure to explain the Happy Club to you. So the Happy Club. Now we do have 2 locations in town. You can use your Happy Club membership at either. We do have the Booze and Bounce, which you are currently attending. And we have the Bounce House on the northern end of town, which is for smaller, younger children. You can also attend there with the Happy Club membership. It is an annual fee. You can pay it in installments, but there is a fee for that. I believe it's 3%. It would be charged to your card. We would have to keep a credit card on file for you or a debit card. And the fee is $4,700 a year. And with that, I do understand, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I do understand in these challenging economic times that sounds like a lot of money. But can we really put a price tag on our children's happiness? They tell me to say that. I agree, it's ridiculous. So it's $4,700 a year, and that is going to get you some exciting discounts at the Booze and Bounce and at the Bounce House. And with that, you get 15% off alcohol, Wednesdays only. And then you're going to get free admission for 1 guest at every visit, as long as you come on Tuesdays when there's not a full moon in January. So it's a remarkable deal, and you will get exciting emails and texts. If you provide an email address and a phone number, we will send you exciting news about upcoming events. No, ma'am, there is not a discount for those events, but we will let you know about them in the emails and the texts, as I demonstrated with my hands just now. Would you like to be a Happy Club member? Understandable. So, since another benefit, though, I have to tell you, one other benefit to being a Happy Club member is that you do not have to fill out the waivers every time you come. And a lot of parents find that it's worth it just to skip the waivers because we do require these waivers for every single visit, and they have to be filled out in quadruplicate. Now, I always have to explain what that means. That means I need 4 copies. And if you spent more time at the library reading books, you might know what quadruplicate means, but I'm not holding my breath. So, do you need me to explain these forms to you? Your blank stare tells me that I do. All right, very well. Here at the Bounce and Booze and Bounce, the names are interchangeable. It doesn't matter, and really, honestly, after your 5th beer, you can't remember where you are anyway. We do have multiple waivers here that we are going to expect you to fill out. I see that the rest of your party is coming in. Did you lose a child in the parking lot? Well, you said you had 5, and I'm counting 4. There's one under, it looks like there's one under a Ford Explorer. Is that yours? And no, look at the parking lot out there. Is that yours? Well, I don't know whose it is then. Don't worry, somebody will come collect them. We do have a parking lot waiver as well. If you experience any sort of damage to your car, if any of your children get flattened or, thrown about, we're not held responsible for that. You are responsible for that. And you will be signing that form in quadruplicate as well. Now, I have to read all of these forms to you because that's what they pay me $11.25 an hour to do on the weekends. Well, the library is closed on the weekends. So see, this is what they call, I think the young people call it a side hustle. This is my side hustle. I do prefer to be at the library, although the little darlings at the library plague me just as much there as they do here. Only here they've had more sugar and there are things for them to jump on and they're anticipating a fun time here. So it's a little bit more intense, but the pay is decent. So here I am. I'm saving up for a trip. All right. I'm going to read this form to you because we treat all customers as if they can't read anything for themselves. And that way we know that we have gone over the form with you and you can't come back later and say, oh, I didn't know that, even though you can see down here clearly that you have to sign it. Okay, so the first one is the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park Waiver Form. And here you're going to say I, and you put your name, give my children, and you have to put all the children's names. Now this little line is tiny, but I'm going to need you to write all of the children's names in here. So I just hope they don't have a lot of tedious, like 2 or 3 middle names and long, stupid spellings of their names that don't make any sense. Why you would plague your child with that, I don't know. They are doomed to a lifetime of having to spell their name to everyone and no one will get it right. You're not one of those, are you? You kind of look like you are. You look like you would put a lot of Y's in a name where they don't belong. It's nothing personal. I think it's the shirt. Okay. I give my children permission to play on the trampoline equipment at the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park with the understanding that there will be an adult over the age of 18 present whenever he or she is doing so. I acknowledge that use of any trampoline device is inherently dangerous and may result in serious injury or death if all policies are not followed. My children are always aware that failure to follow all policies will result in the loss of trampoline use privileges. We do reserve the right to boot you out of here if you are out of line. We can absolutely do that and there will be no refunds. I understand that only an idiot would try to sue for any and all injuries and or losses sustained at Bounce and Booze Trampoline Park, as even Judge Thompson himself broke his stupid leg here one time trying to do a backflip when his old ass can't even get out of his Crown Victoria without grunting and leaning on a cane. I grant my child named below my permission to participate in trampoline use. We do understand, of course, that trampolines are not the safest things in the world. And honestly, if you thought about it, you must be desperate to entertain your children to bring them here. Have you run out of things at home for them to do? Have you tried getting them to read a book, perhaps? The little thing you sit down, turn the pages, and you go right to left and read. It's okay. Now, we do have trampoline rules. We have an annex to these rules as well, and I have to go over that with you. No more than 2 children at one time per trampoline. No somersaults, flips, or other tricks allowed. See Judge Thompson's old ass for an example. His picture is shown in the hallway leading to party room 3. No double bouncing or rough play allowed. Children must bounce in the center of the trampoline only. Do not bounce on outside rim of trampoline. Nothing allowed on trampoline or in trampoline area, such as toys, blocks, sticks, balls, pocket knives, artillery, grenades, condoms, vapes, etc. Then we have to see the addendum sheet, and I'm going to go over that in a moment. And then down here we have the signature section. We have room for 2 parents and guardians to sign. You would just sign the one here. I further release Booze and Bounce's trampoline park from any and all responsibility should any injury arise while my children are using said trampoline park in a proper manner and completely supervised at time of usage. And then you sign. And then there is another line here that may seem completely ridiculous, but we have to include it according to our attorney. I do not want my children playing in or on the trampoline area while in the Booze and Bounce trampoline park. And if you don't want your children to use the trampolines, you would sign here. Now, do not sign this part unless you do not want your children to use the trampolines, because if you sign here, that means your children cannot use the trampoline park area, and then they would have to just stand in the bathroom or something. All right, now, here is the addendum. These are the things that are not allowed in the trampoline park area. Please pay close attention. All right? No running, no walking, no standing, no sitting, no smiling, no laughing, no yelling, no chewing gum, no horseplay, no loud noises or heavy breathing, no talking, no sudden moves, no pushing, no stunts, no presents outside the party room, and no food, candy, or drink outside the party rooms. Do you understand? We do not allow anything at all. If you're going to be in the trampoline area, you must not do anything. You will be out of line. We also have the Booze and Bounce trampoline park sock waiver form. The socks in the trampoline park are very important. I do understand that your children are getting antsy, but this is part of it. Perhaps you should teach them a little bit of patience. And maybe you could do that before you bring them back to the library as well. That would be wonderful. Yes, sir, I am in the middle of explaining these forms to this lady here. Customer, guest. I'm supposed to call you a guest. You are a guest here. You will be once you sign everything. Right now, you're just a lady in front of me, keeping me from my library books. We had a big shipment come in, Mr. Smith, and I asked you last week if I could bring some in and work on them while I'm here. You do not remember that. He got hit in the head last week by a brick when somebody smashed into the front of the store, and we're dealing with some memory issues with Mr. Smith. We can talk about it later, sir. So we have a sock waiver form. Now, the socks in the trampoline park are one of the most important tools that you have to keep your child safe on the trampolines. Please tell me you brought socks. Not just any socks. No, those that you're getting out of your purse, those will not work. You cannot just wear regular socks. You have to have this special trampoline socks. And for that, we have to go over the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park pre-worn trampoline sock identification form. And we have to go over, let's see, there's the waiver form, the alcohol consumption form. This is the identification form. This is what I needed to show you. This is so I can identify the socks for you. Now, that is for the pre-worn socks. We do have a collection of pre-worn socks that we sell at a discount. Now, if you were a Happy Club member, you could get the socks at a discount even if they were new. You are not a Happy Club member, so you're going to have to pay the price like everyone else. Now, our socks are made very well. They are nice, stretchy cotton blend socks, and they have the rubber grips on the bottom. They're very, very wonderful. I'm getting to that, ma'am, if you will stop cutting me off. Okay, you need to be patient. You're modeling bad behavior for your children by standing there and sighing and tapping your foot. Don't think I didn't notice that. And you're modeling very bad behavior for your children. You cannot purchase booze until we're done. We have a form for that. We have a waiver for the booze. So socks have rubber grips on the bottom. Like, have you ever been in an insane asylum? No, I haven't. Of course not. Why would you think that? That's insulting. So you get these socks with rubber grips. Actually, you get them in a regular hospital too. So maybe if you're ever in a regular hospital, you get the socks with the rubber. So we have those. And for regular people who are not Happy Club members, they are $72 a pair for children. Now for adults, say if you wanted to jump, they are $80 a pair. Ma'am, that is a very reasonable price. Yes, that is per child, of course. But again, as I said, if you value your children and you want them to have fun, you can't put a price on that. Do we have a problem? Do we understand one another? Okay, $72. Now, we do have pre-worn socks. Now, those are $71.75 per pair. And we have a form for those. Would you like to purchase new socks or pre-worn? There is a 25-cent savings if you buy the pre-worn socks. You do want the pre-worn. Ma'am, you do understand that it's 25 cents. Okay. Well, let's go over the pre-worn socks, okay? We have two styles here. We have this one that's green, and it has stripes, and it has gray and black on it. And this one is more of a teal and gray color. These are the two styles that I have for you. Let's see. All right, I'm going to explain them to you. You have to sign a waiver for these socks. I have expressed interest in purchasing not new trampoline socks for my children, and again, you put their names, to enjoy Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park. I understand the following regarding pre-worn trampoline socks. You have to define socks. The pre-worn. Pre-worn means a sock or socks that were employed at some point in the past for a point of time undetermined, but another user or consumer in or around the vicinity of Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park by another member. Activities engaged in by said user or consumer is unbeknownst to the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park and is not assumed to be sanitary, wholesome, or even logical. Trampoline is a piece of equipment consisting of a strong fabric sheet connected by springs to a frame, used as a springboard in a landing area in doing acrobatic or gymnastic exercises. But you will not be doing acrobats or gymnastic exercises here. Sock means a bag-like covering for the foot and or lower leg, which is designed to ease chafing between the foot and footwear, keep feet warm, and absorb sweat from the feet. Socks can vary in length from covering only the foot to knee level. Socks are usually made from cotton, wool, nylon, or a combination of any or all three. So you have to sign this in quadruplicate, confirming that you understand that these are socks and you understand what pre-worn trampoline socks are. So I'm going to give you 4 of those to sign, and we have a sock waiver form. This is one of the most important forms that you will fill out. I feel like I need a glass of water. I have chosen to purchase gently used but probably really gross pre-worn trampoline socks for the use of my children. And again, you write all their names. While enjoying the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park trampoline area. I acknowledge the use of pre-worn trampoline socks by my children can potentially lead to diagnoses of any number of contagious conditions, including but not limited to the following: athlete's foot, ringworm, impetigo, MRSA, airborne Ebola, crotch rot, cholera, galloping consumption, scabies, rabies, and something other than lupus. I acknowledge that pre-worn trampoline socks are less costly in the short run, and I am not concerned about any potential health risks to my children. I like to live dangerously and don't care who knows it. I am purchasing said pre-worn trampoline socks freely and without coercion or threat of harm by any staff member of Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park. I further acknowledge that new socks are only 25 cents more per pair, and I am just being ridiculous at this point. I further release Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park from any and all responsibility should any injury arise while my children are using said pre-worn trampoline socks. So again, you sign here, and it does seem kind of ridiculous, but if you choose to not purchase the pre-worn trampoline socks, you would just fill out the bottom part here, this section right here, in quadruplicate. So we have gone over the socks, we have gone over the general waiver. Will you be drinking with us today? Oh, well, I was much like you two before I started coming here. Yes, I also was not a drinker, but I give you about 20 minutes. You'll be back there ordering something. So let's go ahead and fill out the Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park Voluntary Alcohol Consumption Waiver Form. And this in here tells you that you're going to drink sensibly. This part is important. I will be consuming alcoholic beverages, possibly in tremendous quantities, to dull the effect of spending time in Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park. I therefore will take responsibility for any and all damage that I may inflict upon said establishment, up to and including total destruction by fire, explosion, electromagnetic pulse, or total societal collapse. And you also say that you will not allow your children to consume alcohol in any form while inside of the building. And you will also not pull your phone out and make TikToks of your drunken antics while attending functions at Booze and Bounce Trampoline Park. There is an asterisk, if you will notice after this one. This is more for you than us. We just get sick of people complaining about embarrassing themselves online when they're stuck here. So you're going to drink responsibly, or at least use air quotes when you say that you will do so. You will appoint a designated driver to take over in the event that you become intoxicated. You realize that expecting your minor children to drive you home is not a wise decision, and it is not condoned by Booze and Bounce, even if you make this decision that dirty-ass parking lot is going to be a good place to leave your children or your alcoholic beverage containers. So you have to do that, and if you do not want to drink, you're going to fill out this bottom part here and sign that, just to say that you don't drink. And last but not least, we have the waiver form. And that is where you acknowledge that you have received all of your waivers. You are not going to sue us for anything. You will not even think about suing us for anything. You wouldn't dare to even breathe a word of a notion of suing us for anything. And then you're going to fill that out here, and you're going to check whether you're parent or guardian, and you sign it and date it, give us your address, phone number, email, and all that information, just to completely cover everything that was not covered in the other waivers. So I'm going to give you 4 copies of these forms, and we have a nice comfy chair over there for you to sit in, and you can just take, I'm sorry? Oh, ma'am, you can't leave now, not after you made me explain all this. Well, here, let's just add it up, okay? We're just going to add up your total. So you have 5 children. Will you be jumping today? No. Okay. Now, when we add in the costs here, and you do not want to be a Happy Club member, is that correct? All right. When I add in the fees for the children, and we do have some fees for administrative fees, we have service fees, facility fees. We have a lot of fees that are part of this. Once I add that in, and you're getting the pre-worn socks for the children, okay? So we've got that. Your total for today, now this is going to be 90 minutes. You're going to be allowed to use the facility for 90 minutes, provided that you do not violate any of the rules listed in the addendum and the initial waiver. Because if we have to throw you out, you won't be here for 90 minutes. We have a fee for the little wristbands that we're going to give you. Well, they're not paper, but they're Tyvek. Oh no, they're just little Tyvek bands. So get all that together, do the tax. We have state tax, city tax. There is the climate change fee. There's the COVID fee. Of course, we're still doing the COVID fee. Why wouldn't we? It's only been 4 years. All right. Your grand total for today for 90 minutes comes to $14,327.12. So, if you want to. Sir, I did not make them leave. I did everything the way you told me to. I explained everything. She just left. It had nothing to do with my cardigan, Mr. Smith. You really think she left because I don't look festive enough? I'm festive, okay? I have on a nice shirt. Look, it ties. It's cold in here, Mr. Smith. You keep the air on. There, is that better? It has a pineapple on it. You cannot ask me to change shirts. This is a happy, festive shirt. My flair, sir. I have a pineapple on my shirt. How much more flair do I need? I do not need 17 pieces of flair, Mr. Smith. This is plenty. Okay, I make $11.25 an hour. I cannot afford flair. I can afford one pineapple. That's right here. Okay. Sir, do I really have to explain this to everyone? Well, if you don't mind, sir, I'm going to get back to my books until someone else comes in. Oh, yes, sir. May I help you? I understand your weirdness. I know. It seems odd to see me here. I know you from the library. That's correct. I see you a lot on Fridays. Do you come in for the book club? I do know you. Oh, no, I am not a member. They don't allow library staff to be part of the book club. No, I guess they figure we'll cheat or something. I don't know. We're not allowed to join. So. Oh, you do? Oh, wow. All right. No, I just brought these in. We had a bunch of new books come in. We had someone donate a bunch of money to the library, and we were able to buy a bunch of books. So I'm working on getting cards in here and getting these ready to enter into the system. And my boss said I could bring some in and work on them while I'm here when there's no one up front. It's very nice to see you. So you're here you're here for the booze and bounce? Okay, nice. How many children do you want to bring in? I see that you just have the one. Just one. Well, she seems well behaved, so that would be all right. Now, are you a Happy Club member? Would you like to be a Happy Club member? Well, it's $47,000 a year, so yeah, all right. You know what, look, I like you better than 99% of the parents who come here, so we're just going to say you're a Happy Club member. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just use somebody else's number. It's okay. Your name today, hold on a second. Your name today is Claude. Bottomsley. How's that? All right, Mr. Bottomsley. That means that you don't have to fill out any of these forms. It pays for itself just in the forms. So you don't have to you don't have to fill out any forms. And are you jumping today? Great. So with just her and with the Happy Club membership, let's see, for 90 minutes, that's only going to cost you $712. How's that? No, sir, I don't joke. I don't understand humor. No. Okay. Well, I'm afraid that's I can't really give you any more discounts than that. I've already given you a sizable discount. So. Oh no, I understand. Absolutely. Well, just I'm gonna X this out. But look, if you ever want to come back, just come when I'm here. Okay. I will get you in. Okay, if you ever want to do it. So it's under 1,000 for 90 minutes, and that's a deal. Okay. Understandable. Yes, sir. No, I'll see you at the library. I'm only working here on the weekends. Don't tell anybody, but I'm saving up for a trip. I want to go to Vegas. I've so far saved up enough to buy this sticker. I want to go to Las Vegas. Well, I've never been, and it seems very flashy and interesting, and I've never seen anything like that, and I want to go see all the lights and the glitz and the glamour, and I'm not a very glamorous person, but I think I would like to go and just see it. So I keep this sticker here at the desk while I'm working to kind of keep me motivated and remind me why I'm here. So it's a good motivator for me. So if you ever come in and I'm not here, maybe that's where I am. So just $11.25 an hour, 1 hour at a time. I'm gonna get there. So that's understandable. I'm sorry, small child, that you can't bounce today. Maybe next time. Okay. No, don't worry about it. Oh, hello, little boy. Can I help you? No, I don't know where your mommy is. What does she look like? I'm sorry, small. You just described pretty much every mom in there. You're gonna have to be a little more specific than that. Oh, she has a Stanley Cup? That helps a lot. Look, just, you know what? Why don't you just go wander around in the parking lot out there? Go out there and wander around and see if you can find her out there somewhere. How about that? In the sea of crossovers, I'm sure she's probably out there hiding behind a Honda smoking a cigarette or something. Just go look out there. Don't tell anybody I told you to do that. No, go ahead. It's fine. I'm sure it's safe. Drivers are always looking for little children in the parking lot. Don't even worry about it. No, yes, ma'am. Yes. No, this is not. You don't get a book for coming up here. How much have you had to drink? How many fingers am I holding up? Yeah, you've been here for a little bit. You're about at the end of your 90 minutes. I can tell by your little wristband right there. We're coming up on the end of purple. So, yeah. So, do you need me to call somebody for you? Or, well, you're waving about a little bit. No, I'm not moving about. You are. Yeah, okay. Who's Trevor? I'm asking you who Trevor is, ma'am. I wouldn't know because you just said Trevor. Something about you love Trevor. Is Trevor coming to get you, or do you need someone to come get you, or do you have a driver? I don't know what you want me to do, ma'am. I most certainly will not watch your children for you. No, ma'am, I don't watch children. Of course, I work at the library. That does not mean I'm a babysitter. I work with books. I do not work with children. I just happen to work in a place where occasionally there are children. I would love to shoo them all away, but they keep coming back because the library keeps doing things that are kid-centered, and I hate it. But I'm here now, and I'm getting paid $11.25 an hour to deal with drunkenness and small children, so one day I can take a trip. So, do you need me to call someone for you? I'd rather not, but you're drunk and I want you to go away. So I'm trying to think of the most efficient way to make that happen. You know, in life we have problems, and sometimes it's better to solve them than to just complain. And I like to solve problems. And you, ma'am, are a problem, so I would like to make you go away. Now, you did sign the alcohol consumption waiver form in quadruplicate, and you are very drunk. I really wish they would cut people off sooner, but they don't. So here you are, and I don't know what to do about you. So what we do in cases like this, as it states on the very bottom of the form in small print, if you start to become belligerent or if you just get on my nerves, I will call a taxi and then you will go away. Hopefully with all of your children. Now, occasionally some children do get left behind. If you leave them here too long, we give them a free puppy and a whole bunch of sugar, so that by the time you get them back, you have a whole host of problems, and you're also hungover. So I like the thought of that concoction, that soup of misery that you're going to find yourself in when you sober up. I can only imagine the misery I have sprinkled about town since I started this job. Sorry, that was not very funny. But I'm completely going to give your children a puppy and lots of sugar if they get left here. And then by the time you get them back, you're just going to want to die. You're just going to want to pass away. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, if you want to call, that's fine. You would take your phone, and you are not allowed to use phones in the trampoline area. You can use them in here, but go over there and do not use your speaker, because I don't want to hear your conversation. I think speaker phones on cell phones should be just completely unallowed, because I don't want to hear your conversation. Just go over there and call. Yes, ma'am, I understand you love Trevor. If you want to call Trevor, well, if he's not your husband, you might not want to call Trevor. Maybe call your husband. I don't have any way of knowing if your husband knows who Trevor is. Well, let's hope you've kept it a secret then, okay? Go over it. Ma'am, I am not interested in your whatever you have going on. So just go over there and make your phone call. Where are your children? And I don't know where. How many children do you have? Well, if you don't know, we're all in trouble. Did you bring other children here? Okay, Mr. Smith, we need a child sweep through the trampoline area. This guest here is a little inebriated and cannot remember how many children came with her. Can you make a rough estimate? Do you have a guess? She says about 4. About 4? Did you bring in a half of a child? Okay, 4, just 4. 4. What are their names? Shaden, Braden, Hayden, and Caden. Okay, then, just call that out. Just get on the intercom and just say Aiden. No, don't say Aiden. We'll get 14 boys up here. Why don't you just go with Mr. Smith? Yes, you do want to help this guest. Just go with him and tell him all the things that you just told me. You can leave out the stuff about Trevor, because that's not important. We want to find your children and get you a cab, or Trevor, or your husband, someone, and then you motor away, okay? Just go that way. Just bend that way and go with that man right there. Yes, he does have a pinched little face. Yes, he does. The guest said that, not me. Okay. Go that way. I cannot help you. Yes, little child, what? What? Well, the bathrooms, little child, are, okay, look behind you. No, that way. Behind you. Not, turn around. Not all the way around. Go that turn. Look back there. Do you see that great big sign back there? It's about 20 feet high. It's red, and there are lights on it. Do you see it? What does that say? Bathroom. Bathroom. Do you think maybe that might give you a clue? I don't know why it doesn't say restroom, sir. I did not design the signage in this establishment, so that's where you could find the restrooms. Okay, just keep walking that way until you smack into a wall and then go in the bathroom. Okay, yes. I'm sorry, I'm okay. Is this enough validation? Okay. Who taught you that? Just go to the bathroom. Mr. Smith, there's no way you did the child sweep that fast. I can't help you, sir. I'm manning the front desk. I'm not allowed to leave this area. It's one of the things I love about my job. I can't go do anything else. Oh, yes, ma'am. May I help you? No, don't let this confuse you. You don't have to read anything to be here. No. No, reading is not allowed. If that were true, then half the parents in there would not be here. So, yeah. What can I do for you, ma'am? Oh, yes. The Happy Club. Yes, no, I am not a member. How could you tell? The Happy Club membership. I don't think we take payments for that. I think it is a lump sum once a year. We do have a slight discount from last year, so this year it's only $47,000. Yes, ma'am. I believe you have to pay that up front. Yes, but the benefits kick in immediately, if that helps. You do get discounts on certain days, and we tell you about events and upcoming, anyway, emails, texts. We email you and text you exciting things coming up at the Booze and Bounce, and it's exciting and a great value for your family, and you can't put a price on happiness. And if you love your children, you will spend money on them, and that will prove to them that you love them, and that's all that matters. And so if you don't spend money on your children, you're a scumbag. So essentially that's the spiel. So are you interested in joining the Happy Club? It is also useful at the bounce house on the northern end of town, I want to point out. So it's an even better deal because you can use it there and here. Now, how about those apples? No, you don't get any apples. It's just a figure of speech. No, ma'am, I don't blame you. So, do you need anything from me? Like, what are you doing here? I don't know a nicer way to say it. You don't appear to have any children with you. Do you want to bounce? Do you want to drink and then get on the trampoline? I don't mind saying that after the place closes, sometimes we do that. But don't tell anyone because we don't follow any of these rules. So, honestly, I think the best way to use this place is to just get a job here. And you get paid to stand here and talk to lovely people like yourself. So, are you interested in filling out our alcohol consumption waiver form, our waiver, sock identification form, our addendum, and then the generic waiver form? You only have to fill them out 4 times, and then we'll proceed to lose 3 of the copies, and then the 4th one will go into the trash at some point. Yes, ma'am. We do have specials, but only if you're a member of the Happy Club. Birthday parties. Birthday parties are very popular here. You are allowed to book the party rooms if you are not a Happy Club member, but we do charge a bit more. There is an extra fee for that for a non-member. The party rooms are different sizes. Party room 3 is the largest. You can rent that for 90 minutes. It holds up to 20 kids. Now you do have to pay for their admissions separately, and you do have to fill out their forms. And we have to have socks for everyone, and they have to be the bounce house socks, which we explain in the forms. And to rent the room, depending on the day, if it's a weekday, I believe party room 3 is $150,000 for members. Non-members, I think it's $175,000, but only on Tuesdays. And then if you come on a Friday or a Saturday, it's $500,000 for 90 minutes, which is a real bargain, because that you didn't let me finish, ma'am. That also includes a paper tablecloth for each table and paper cups. You don't get any food or drink. You bring that yourself, but you do get paper cups, all you want, and paper tablecloths, and we will even give you some balloons. So that is a deal that you cannot beat anywhere in town. It's a remarkable value. But it's really only for parents who really care about their children, so it's up to you to decide if you're interested in that or not. So, yes. Oh, well, you think about it. Would you like to take some of these with you so you can read them over, so you can't go back later and act like you don't know anything? Okay. No, ma'am, I do not have a price list, because here at Booze and Bounce, we figure if you have to ask how much something is, then you can't afford it. So we don't have price lists printed out. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, small child, yes. Can I help you? But what do you want me to do about it? Okay, look, little child, if you're bored, I don't really know what you want me to do. I cannot entertain you. Why don't you go find your parent and or guardian and tell them that you're bored? How long have they been over at the bar? Well, you do know you're not allowed over there. Okay, little child, how about this? You want to be entertained? You need something to take your mind off your boredom? How about this? How old are you? Okay, little 10-year-old child. You're small for your age. Has anyone ever told you that? You are. You're kind of small. That's all right. You know what? You're marching toward the inevitability of death, and before you know it, you're going to be 50, and your back is going to hurt for no reason when you wake up in the mornings, and your knees are going to hurt. Just getting in and out of your car is going to be annoying, because it will make this weird little pain in your right knee that you can't explain. And you're going to like sleeping a lot more, and you'll have nothing to look forward to, and your days are all going to run together. You won't even look forward to the holidays as much anymore. You'll have to do endless work, both at your job and then when you get home. And it seems like it's just a never-ending slog towards death. How about that? Oh, sure, you can go play. Yeah, go play. Yeah, enjoy those knees while they still work. Because you turn around twice and you're going to be old too. Which child was crying? There are always children crying. I don't know what goes on in there. I'm not in control of it. Well, we don't have no crying on the list of things that we don't allow. We don't have crying on there. So, what's the problem? I upset your child? How did I upset? Which one is yours? Do you know? Oh, did he actually run into the wall? I didn't tell him to run into the wall. I was just directing him to the restroom. How did I hurt his self-esteem? Oh, well, ma'am, there's nothing in the waivers about that. So, again, you don't hold us responsible for any injuries sustained here, even to your feelings. Even if I hurt someone's feelings, you can't sue us for that. Sorry. No, ma'am, I will not be giving you a refund. So maybe if you kept up with your child better, he would have known how to find the restroom. Or if you'd have taught him to read a 20-foot tall sign, that would have been good too. So, manager, you wanna? Well, the manager, if there's his office right over there. His name is Mr. Smith. He would love to speak with you. Just go knock on the door. Knock really hard too, to let him know you mean business. Okay. Oh, yes, sir. May I help you? Yes. Oh, you have a... Which room do you have reserved? Now that, you said that's for noon. All right. Well, in lieu of cash, we do take kidneys. So, all right. If you will go on back to party room 1, I have a bathtub back there full of ice. And you just go in and get yourself comfortable, and we will have someone in there with you in just a moment. Okay? Great.